Hello and welcome to Coffee Creek Bonsai. Today's video is going to be about some redbud seedlings that I'm growing. I harvested both of these redbud seedlings from the ground when they were only a few days old. They are both the offspring of a giant redbud in my front yard. Now I think I'm going to go on a walk to show you guys some more redbuds that live all around my neighborhood. This is the redbud that is in my front lawn. I've gone on many nature walks, and this is by far the biggest redbud in my entire neighborhood. It's very beautiful, but there's lots of tiny shoots growing on it right now that me and my dad need to cut off. To the right of my neighbor's house, there is a second redbud. It's a lot smaller than one I have, but it's also very beautiful during the spring. Redbuds make up about 10% of the trees in my neighborhood. They are mainly known for their beautiful pink flowers during the spring. Next up, I'm going to show you guys a very special redbud that is growing naturally in the woods. This tree has had a very tough life. Its trunk is nearly at a 90-degree angle with the ground. It's still doing it though. It has lots of leaves up there. It's fairly small and it looks like they cut off its main leader at one point because it was in the way of the path. But it's still doing it, which really shows you how tough these redbud trees are. Here is its trunk. You can see the crazy angle that it's at. I think it was a lot harder to see in the last shot, but it must have fell at one point during a storm and then kept on living. Here's an update on the redbud in my front yard. Yesterday I cut all those weird branches it was making, so it's now looking really nice. You can really see how much branches were growing out of down here at the root base, and also here where there used to be a bigger branch. Very strange. It didn't do this last year, but this year it just decided that it wanted like 50 new stems. I don't know why I did that though. After 2 weeks of growth and really high temperatures, both trees are doing really good. They have definitely grown taller. They have new leaves since I've last recorded. And with this tree right here, you can see that the stem nicely split itself into two because it made a branch there and it's a perfect fork really. It's pretty nice. Here's a close-up shot of where the trunk splits into two branches. The bottom of the trunk of that tree is leaning towards the north because whenever we have big thunderstorms, all the wind will be blowing north, and this tree was really flimsy when it was little, so it just kind of got windswept in that direction. But in the past 2 months, it's thickened up, like I'm poking it and it's not even budging. It's now really nice and sturdy, and I think when I slowly turn this into a bonsai over the years, I can really utilize that nice lean to make something beautiful. Here's a quick update on the bald cypresses. They have grown so much more than I thought they would. This one right here on the left is easily 2 feet tall, and I really need to repot them, because as you can see this 6-inch pot, and then you see this tree that is way too big for it. The trees on the middle and the right, I think I'm going to keep in their pots because I'm going to be trying to turn those into bonsai. But the one on the left, I'm going to try and find a place in the local park or some other public place. So probably talk to some park service and try and find a way to get this guy into the ground so it can become a fully grown tree in the wild. You can probably see a leaf that's on the left side of the screen. About right here. I'm touching it right now. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but that's going to be in a future video, and I think you guys are going to really like it. I'm going to be giving you guys a quick tour of the yard to show you some cool things that are happening. In my backyard, we have a Granny Smith apple tree that this year is actually making an apple, but we didn't put the pesticide on soon enough, and the bugs got to it, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be edible. Sadly, though, this tree is ravaged by invasive Japanese beetles every year that pretty much strip the foliage dry. Oh, there's 2 of them right there. I think they're doing something inappropriate, which is kind of funny. But the tree is probably about twice my height, and I'm about 6'1". So it's doing pretty good. And next year, I'm going to try and find a way to protect the apples it makes. For the first time in years, the surprise lilies in my backyard are actually blooming. They haven't quite opened up yet, but they're gonna be really beautiful. What are you doing, bud? The big bald cypress in my backyard is making all sorts of seed pods, like those little cypress cones. There has to be thousands of them up here. Let me get this focused. They're pretty much everywhere, and we're not quite done yet, but we're gonna be all over the ground in a few months. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Stay safe and have an amazing day.